Hi, my name's Ali Bromley and I am the first lesbian winner of UK Big Brother. It felt important while I was in the Big Brother house to share parts of my identity. Part of that was that I'm a late-to-life lesbian. It took me quite a long time to work out all the aspects of my identity. I was quite open on the show about being married to a man before. It felt important to be open about those experiences because I'm sure that there are people watching that share those experiences, and it's representation that we don't often see, and something that I spoke about on the show is that you can't be what you can't see, and that's what felt important to me. I've received lots of messages from followers, from supporters of the show who've let me know that seeing somebody who was openly lesbian in the Big Brother house, who's spoke about their experience as a neurodivergent queer person, it was important for them to feel represented, to be seen on television, and that's felt really incredible because it's something that I didn't have when I was younger growing up. There was no one really like me on television. Big Brother is a show that champions people from the queer community. Obviously, during last year's Big Brother, we had Jordan and Henry, and we were able to watch their romance develop. In my season, there was myself, Dean, Days, and Martha, who were from the queer community. And more recently, Celebrity Big Brother, we've had Jojo Siwa and Danny Beard. This is queer representation that's really important. People from all demographics, all within the queer umbrella. Reality TV can be a safe space for queer people to be seen. Big Brother is one of those places, but across the board, usually on reality TV, we're not very visible. It's really important that people from the queer community are seen on reality TV because we're not seen often in other parts of the mainstream media. Reality TV shows allow us to show who we are. They allow us to have conversations about who we are. Also, they create situations where we're meeting people who don't often meet people like us, and that fosters conversation that can lead to learning and lead to understanding. Certainly something that I experienced with people writing to me after the show and saying that it was helpful for them to see a queer person who was normal, so they could show that we're just people like everybody else living our lives and we have the same experiences as other people. There wasn't much on television that showed queer people, particularly lesbians. There was the L word. I think that was the only representation of lesbians when I was a little bit younger, trying to work out who I was and work out my identity. I think actually it was the advance and the development of social media that helped me to understand myself and my identity, because all of a sudden you're being exposed to a whole world of people that you wouldn't necessarily meet in your everyday life, and that's important because it can help you to understand that there are possibilities outside of the heteronormative relationships that are shown ordinarily on mainstream television. So when I was growing up, there was a real absence of queer people in the media for me to look up to for role models, but in the present day I'm really inspired by the drag community. So we have our favourites, Danny Beard, Tia Coffee. These people really inspire me because they live so authentically as themselves, and they're able to celebrate parts of themselves that are really beautiful, really artistic, super creative. The advice that I would give to young people who are trying to work out parts of their identity, particularly concerning their sexuality, is just to take your time. Don't put any pressure to put a label on yourself and work out exactly where you fit within the queer umbrella. Look for people who look like you, talk like you, act like you. Find safe spaces to spend time with other queer people. Never feel under pressure to come out to someone if that's not safe or you don't feel welcome or comfortable. There is no time frame for figuring out who you are. I'm a really good testimony to that. I only came out when I was in my 30s. And enjoy all aspects of figuring out who you are. It's a really difficult time. We are living in a world where there is increasing pressure from the right to crack down on the queer community, particularly our trans siblings, and nobody should feel pressured to do anything outside of their own timeframes. But the beautiful thing about the LGBTQIA+ community is that we come together really well, and there is some beauty in that coming together, especially in the face of adversity. So be you, be proud, and keep going.